Hi everyone, I'm back. If you're just on the Holiday Virtual Creative page, welcome back to my Facebook Live here. So tonight we're going to create 4 cards. One of them we did create over the virtual weekend. I am trying something new. We're going to create these 4 cards, and I'm going to be sending out an email offering you the free template. However, if you place a $50 order with me from today through November 24th, you will receive the cards that we're going to create, all pre-cut and ready to assemble. The only thing I can't do is stamp. Sorry guys, it's a Stampin' Up policy. But you can use whatever's in your stash, and they're going to be beautiful cards and you'll love them. So I have my class to go scrapbook layouts that I want to share with you first, and then we will get creating. So again, thanks for joining, and let's get to it. Here are my double page layouts. This is my Christmas layout. I am actually going to Nikki, you haven't seen me in a long time. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining again and following me tonight. So this is my class to go scrapbook page layout. You're going to receive in this class to go, which is going to be featured in December. Perfect timing to capture your holiday memories. It's going to be the Traditions of Christmas DSP, a full pack of that. You're going to be receiving 3 sheets of velvet in this red, green, and in white. You'll receive the assembly guide and the sticker sheet that comes with it and embellishments. So I don't have all these embellishments. They sold out on me, but we're going to replace those embellishments if I run out of classes that I sell with these pretty embellishments right here. They're going to go perfect with this paper, and they're called Delightful Decorative Dots. So here is the 1-page layout. Tons of detail. We've got some pine tree trimmings, accents on here as well. Those pieces would be cut out for you. That is the 1-page double page layout, and here is the other double page layout. Again, featuring that velvet, the sticker sheets, and a ton of photos to capture on here. So that is my December class to go for scrapbooking, 2 double page layouts, and you'll see emails and marketing on it as we move forward. So tonight I'm going to create 4 cards with you. This is going to be my first card that I create with you guys. What's nice about this is the Traditions of Christmas DSP and the Greenery dies with the stamp set. They're called Christmas Greenery. They cut out these images right from the DSP. So if you place the minimum $50 net order, all this is going to be cut out for you. The only thing I can't do is stamp. And also, while supplies last, you will receive this embossing folder, and I'm going to be featuring this embossing folder on 2 of these cards. So it'll be first come, first serve on these embossing folders. That will be included free in your package. Okay, so much fun and excitement, right? All right, so on here, I am using the 2-tone paper, and we're going to be scoring this. This is 5 1/4 by 7, and we're going to score this at 4 inches. On the long side. Get that a nice little crease right there. We're going to be mounting this on a single base. Nice little fun fold card. And we are going to, whatever I did with that piece of paper, oh, it's right here. This is going to go on the inside, and we are going to stamp this with the Traditions of Label sentiment. Right, a fun, easy card. So we're going to stamp this with the Merry Christmas. I think that's straight. And I'm going to need to make sure, well, to me it looks a little crooked, so we're going to straighten it out more. I probably should have put this on a bigger block. And that's what I'm going to do. As you can see, these have been so cleaned, but they are so well loved. And I am going to stamp this in my favorite red color, Real Red. Now, the one thing with this ink, Real Red, is it never fails. I always get it on me. I don't know why. I have a tendency to get this on me. And we're going to stamp that right at the bottom there. And then what's perfect about this and really makes this whole card is this two-tone cardstock. So I'm just going to rip a little bit off of here, create a nice little white edge. Right? How perfect is that? And then we're going to add some dimensionals. This was die cut right from the paper with the Christmas Greenery dies. And I know I have my dimensionals here. And I am going to put this red away before I get it all over myself. So tonight, this is going to be in the absence of embellishments, only because I am running so low on them. That goes with another card. And there we have our fun little card. And we need to create a bow. Right? I love, love, love this stamp set. These dies. We're going to cut this down and we're going to add this little bow. It's so cute. Comes in 2 pieces. I'm going to just grab my sheet here so I don't get adhesive and ink everywhere. And I'm not going to bump this up. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right there. I'm going to add that right there. And there we have our beautiful Merry Christmas card. So that's card 1 that you'll receive. And I'm trying to find a place on my desk to put that. And then clean off these. I really need to bring my chamois over here. I keep saying that. Oh, I think every video, almost every video. Okay, so then our next card is a card that we made this weekend on our virtual. It is a beautiful fun fold card using vellum. So like I said, everything will be cut and prepared for you except the stamping. So you have a 4x9 piece of vellum. And I'm going to try this scoring on here. It ended up cutting it because I was too heavy-handed. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter, and we're going to score this at 3-inch increments. I didn't cut it. All right, so then we're going to fold this down. We want to make sure we have a straight fold, straight crease. And then you're going to fold it back. So on this card, I ended up using velvet, but for the sake of products, I'm going to be using real red. And this is going to offer a really very cool, very cool stamping technique. So the beautiful die set or stamp set that comes with this. Watch how cool we are and creative we are going to get with stamping and coloring. I'm going to use my black ink. So those that watched on the vertical, if you got on the virtual, if you got to take a break, now's the time to do it because you already saw me how to do this, but obviously you're more than welcome to stay tuned in. And we're going to just stamp that on here. And I'm going to take my small block, stamping block, and we are going to color all of these images in with inks based on what's available in this stamp set. Everything is included in this stamp set. So I'm going back to my real red, and this fits in here perfectly. Just need to line it up. You think that I would have had this figured out by now, but I believe it goes this way. Yep. I'm a little off there. And then we're going to grab my little block, and we are going to color these flowers in pretty and pink. These are all the colors that are in this paper on the DSP. So I did that one much better. There we go. And then we're going to take this little, and we're going to do this one in Pool Party. So I just love how they are so creative and coordinate the dies to cut with the paper, the stamps to color in. I mean, or you can actually use your markers or your colored pencils. Or how pretty would this be with watercolor paints? I'm not the best at watercoloring paints, so. And now we're going to take our little fern. And this one I'm going to do in Secrecy. Reminds me of Harbor, if you guys recall that one. Very similar to Harbor. And it has turned out to be one of my favorite colors. And I'm gonna try to redo this side. Not bad. And now we just have the green leaves to color in. And those are going to be in Old Olive. And one more. Okay. So I'm going to just take our coordinating die for this. That coordinates with the paper as well. I'm going to grab this die right here. And I'm going to step off. Oops. My bow just went flying off. And I'll be right back. My die cut machine is right behind me. Not my best die cutting because I bumped the table, but we are going to add this to the top of our page right here on my vellum. I'm going to go right like here. And then I used, instead of the traditional labels, I pulled the Wishing You stamp set. And I love this, and I didn't notice this until I started playing with it. So it's got Wishing You Joy in 3 different fonts. It's got Sending You Cheer in 3 different fonts. It's got Noel in 3 different fonts. And then it's got May Your Christmas Be Bright in 3 different fonts. I love it. You know, you always have to have that perfect one. So I'm going to place this Wishing You Joy, which I heat embossed with gold. And then we have our white cardstock that is going to go right in the center here. And here I'm going to put May Your Christmas Be Bright. And I'm going to use a real red without getting it all over myself, right? And we're going to accent the back of this with this. This is again from the DSP. And we're going to line that up right behind there so it looks pretty when we open it up. Right, so we have this, and then I'm putting a piece of basic white so you can sign your greeting. Creating the prettiest vellum cards there are. Using our beautiful Traditions of Christmas DSP. Adding adhesive to the back. Lining that up right in the center. Again, this is less embellishment. Oh, see, look at that. It never fails, guys. It's always the red, always. Anyways, I'm going to be covering that up with the embellishments. But there we go. Beautiful second card that's going to come in your kit. I'm going to move those over here. See if I can see any comments coming through. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but just like my other video, I only saw the first couple comments and then boom, I can't see the rest. And when I disconnected, I saw a ton of comments. So, all right, so here is our next card that we're going to create. And this is where that really pretty embossing folder comes in. It's called a Starstruck embossing folder. And I took 4 1/4 by 11 piece of paper and I'm going to fold that in half. Or you can score it at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to take that really fun embossing folder and we're just going to emboss the top part of this card. So you want to make sure that whatever's going to emboss is before this line. So I'm going to try to line that up. But if a little bit embosses on the back, I'm not worried about it because I think it looks pretty. But there we go. This is not a 3D embossing folder. So when embossing, you're going to need your base plate, your matte plate, and then your gray if you're using, so you need your 3 plates depending on which die cutting machine you have. So it did emboss a little bit on the back side. I'm truly okay with that. And then what I did was I took some of our pretty DSP and I did an angle cut on it. Now obviously in your tutorial all your measurements are going to be there. And I'm going to bring that right down to the bottom, to the edge there. And then from the DSP paper, I cut 2 images. Now, I know this one's cut halfway off, and that's fine because I knew it was going to get buried. And I honestly didn't want to have to recut a brand new piece of paper. I know. I'm thinking wisely here on how I use it. So we're going to put this right here. Right. I'm going to take this other one and we're going to bring it to the top. And then we're going to cut out 2 of these gold pieces right here with that fun greenery die. Right, using this die right here. That's one. And I guess I didn't cut enough gold, so I'm going to cut another piece off here. You guys, I'm doing so good at putting stuff away this time as I use it. So unlike me. Okay, so now we have these 2 beautiful gold ferns, right? And one is going to go up this way. We're going to bring the other one down this way. Oop. There we go. Beautiful sprays. Now I did cut the velvet using the traditional labels. And I am going to put some dimensionals on the back of here. And we are going to stamp. Let me see if I'm going to stamp Season's Greetings, or I think I'm going to use this May Your Christmas Be Bright in a different font. That's going to go right there. Then I have my inside piece, and I die cut these from the Greenery, right from the DSP. We're going to add these right to the inside of my card. So answer this question, guys, how many Christmas cards have you made, and how many do you still need to make? I have made, over this year, over 70 Christmas cards. I think this is going to bring me up to closer to 80. And there we go. That is card number 3. And we have one last card. We're going to do some more embossing here. But look at how cute this card is. It's a little pull-out card. I'm going to show you how to create that. And again, using the traditions of Christmas paper and DSP. So we're going to recreate this, show you really how easy it is. So I'm going to take the larger of the two pieces, right? And we're going to just score at 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then we're going to emboss it. And then it's going to get folded over. So I am just going to take this over 1/4 of an inch, score it on 3 sides only. Now I'm going to emboss it. We're going to Okay, first thing that I didn't put away. All right, so now I have this scored, and it looks like it actually took my score marks away. It's barely there, so we're going to score it again. Lesson learned. Emboss first and then score. Again, 3 sides and 1/4 of an inch. Yep. I'm just going to fold that over at each score line. I'm going to grab my bone folder if I can find it. Well, when you can't find it, this is what I use. You get creative here. Yep. We're going to fold that over. Get really nice crease. And then we're going to fold this side over. And this is what's creating our little pocket. Then I'm going to put some of our very thin tear and tape. And I'm going to go right up to the edge there. All right, we're going to seal these two figures up. Rosemary, you came prepared. Okay, so this is going to go right onto our red card base, wherever I just put it. Maybe I didn't. So we're going to take this as an 8.5 by 11, and we're just going to cut it at 5.5. And I'm going to just fold this in half. And we'll peel our tear and tape. Nope. Don't want it to all come off. There we go. And then this is going to go right here. And before I do that, I'm going to take, this will be tricky now that I've already put the tear and tape on it, but I'm going to take our stylish die circle, the smallest one, and I am going to cut this. Actually, it's perfect. I'm going to cut this way, and then we're going to use the cut another full circle. So we're going to put that right on here. And then here, now the trick is here, this doesn't always fit in all the way down in this pocket. Oh, sorry, wrong piece. This here. So this is going to be slightly smaller, which is 3.75. And it's going to be shorter when you tuck it in. And we are going to cut another one of these circles, and we're going to line it right up with that. So you have a little pull tab right there, right? So now we are going to take my pre-cut flowers from the DSP, right? And one of them is going to go right on the inside here, and the other one is going to go on the outside there. I'm going to put this one, I think, on the outside, and this one on the inside because it's got more of the red. And then it provides a nicer accent on the outside. And that's going to slide right inside there perfectly, right? This is going to go on the outside right here. And then again, I use my traditional labels, and we have to stamp something right here. That is going to go right there with our gold foil paper. And what do I want this to say? This is from a different stamp set. Lots of love to you and yours. I don't believe I pulled it out. So I'm thinking that, believe it or not, you know what? Maybe I'll do the wishing you joy. And I'm going to try to pull that out. That's too long. I think that's going to be perfect. Yep. Going to line this up on my block a little bit straighter. And again, you know what? I think I'm going to go with black because there's a lot of red, and red's been my nemesis. There we go. So add a few embellishments on here to finish this up, and it's going to look beautiful. And we just need to add our inside piece right here. And again, so many options of decorating the inside of this card as well. And there we have it. So you've got one card that we made, two cards that we made, our vellum card. How pretty is that? And then our torn paper Christmas card, Merry Christmas card. So again, like I said, the template's going to be yours for free. If you place a $50 order, all of these items will be pre-cut. The only thing, and you'll receive some embellishments as well. The only thing that you won't receive is the stamping. You'll have to use your own stamps to stamp. So again, thank you guys so much for spending time with me this evening. I will be back next Tuesday. Please join me live. All the products that I've used in this tutorial, for this tutorial and virtual class, is posted below in the comments, in the description of these videos. So again, thanks again. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.